it's funny that we're going to talk about theatre, and one of the, greatest guys in theatre and television, Joe Mafela there, we have it on your screen there, has just died. He received the Lifetime Achievement Award. I think it was the Comics Choice Awards. I think this was it when we did this interview. He had just received a Lifetime Achievement Award, and specifically because growing up, well, personally, I grew up watching his Goodies Nice, and he was on it, and he was the tenant there, and growing up as well, he was in that law firm as well. So Madam and Eve as well. So such a great loss to the industry. Joe Mafela passing away. If you've just woken up, yes, the news has been confirmed that he has passed away. So condolences to the industry and of course the family. All right. So now the Western Cape theatre community will converge under one roof at the Artscape Theatre tonight for the 52nd annual Fleur Theatre Awards under the theme Alive with Flair. 20 different categories, including awards for the Lifetime Achievement and Innovation in Theatre, are on offer to theatre practitioners for their acting, directing, staging, and technical abilities. Now, tell us more about tonight's proceedings. We're joined from our Sea Point studios by Melanie Burke, who is the chairperson of the judging panel for the 52nd annual Fleur Theatre Awards. Melanie, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Lebo. It's a beautiful day in Cape Town, and I have to say I'm so excited. It's hours away from the 52nd Fleur Theatre Awards in Cape Town.
I can only imagine. All right, so let's take it back before we go into tonight. A bit of background into the Fleur and what was the initial objectives of celebrating theatre in the Western Cape?
Well, Lebo, when we think about when this started more than 50 years ago in 1965, no one had even landed on the moon yet. So it started out as a celebration of the contribution of artists in the industry, and it's changed itself over the years to become much more about celebrating excellence in theatre, professional theatre.
All right. Tonight, what can we look forward to tonight?
Wow, I don't even know where to begin. It's been an incredible year in 2016 in the theatres. I think about productions like I See You, which featured Desmond Dube and Lucas Hadebe, and it's been nominated as well in some of the other categories. I think about productions that were at the Baxter, The Inconvenience of Wings, Karoom Moose, both by Lara Foote. I also think about the massive contributions made in the musical theatre category, but the thing that really excites me every year when we get to this point is the Best New South African Script. And we've seen how this category has grown, and we now have between 10 and 20 scripts that compete in this category. And that really excites me, because what we end up finding out about is ourselves. Yeah. When we're writing stories about ourselves, by ourselves, located in the places where they are actually unfolding, that for me is really exciting.
And I read somewhere that 86 productions were under review this year. I mean, that must be a mammoth task.
It's a huge task, and I absolutely have to say thank you to the panel members who have to go to theatre to go and see between 80 and 100 productions every year. They do this purely for the passion and the love of theatre. There is no commercial benefit that's worth talking about in this, and you literally have no life. You go to theatre 7 nights a week, and it is in various places all around Cape Town, including Stellenbosch, and so there is a huge amount of time and energy that's invested into going to the theatre. On top of that, we also have a student panel who, besides seeing the 80 to 100 productions in the main stages, we also have them see about another 100 productions that are just student productions.
And did you find that there's a particular theme that came through this year, or a particular subject that interested thespians?
As I said to you, we're starting to tell our own stories. I think the context in South Africa is changing. I think that a huge amount of storytelling has become very organic. People locate the stories where they are happening. I think particularly about Amy Jefter's work, Kristalvlakte, which was an adaptation. And she's taken an old war story and reimagined and rewrote it and located it here in Mitchell's Plain. And Ilse Klink was fantastic in that production, telling the story of people's lives affected by gang and drug violence in on the Cape Flats.
Yeah. And, you know, what is, in your opinion, the Fleur de Cup's biggest contribution to the theatre landscape?
I think what it's done over the years is been able to create a platform for emerging directors, for emerging theatre makers. And if you think about some of the names that have come through and won this award over time, you know, I just think particularly last year, Dr. John Carney received the Lifetime Achievement Award. And his speech was so amazing because he talked about the lifetime of contribution he's made and how he's seen theatre audiences change and how he's seen the stories change and in fact how we were able to make theatre. So for me the contribution has been that it's a foundation for artists to tell their stories, and I think for us also to have the opportunity as audience members to be transformed through the stories that we are exposed to.
All right, so Melanie, before I let you go, tell us a little bit about tonight. So who's your host? I know the MC. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm really thrilled about the show. As you said, it's themed Alive with Flair, which is the Fleur de Cup wine brand's new tagline. The show is directed by Matthew Wilde, who has won multiple Fleur de Cup theatre awards for direction before. The assistant director, we always use a recipient, one of the recipients of the Emerging Directors Bursary. And so in this case, this evening's performance will be assisted by Jason Jacobs. And our co-presenters are absolutely fabulous. They are Africa Melanie, who is also a panel member, and of course the amazing, sensational and extravagantly elegant Kathy Specific.
All right, Melanie, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck. Go and get dressed and all dolled up for tonight. Melanie Burke is the chairperson of the judging panel for the 52nd Annual Fleur de Cup Theatre Awards, which take place at the Artscape tonight in Cape Town under the theme Alive with Flair. A total of 86 productions from the year were eligible for consideration.